Hi, I'm Professor Don Samonte. I'll be teaching the investment banking class in Mod 3 this spring. I try to gear the class to someone who has basically no investment banking background or exposure to investment banking, all the way up until about someone who is lined up for an internship this summer. While I think there's limited value for a former investment banking analyst or someone who has exposure to investment banking, I do welcome their participation so that the other classmates may learn from their experiences. We have a guest lecturer. He is a former analyst of mine when I was in investment banking, but he's now an author of an investment banking book, and he's a managing director. What will we be focusing on? Three things, really. One is general overview of investment banking. We'll talk about the value proposition, and we will focus on corporate finance rather than sales and trading. We'll talk about groups in the bank, industry groups versus product groups. What are the pros and cons from a career perspective of each of those groups, how they interact, and we'll touch base on tips and tricks and kind of attitude going into an internship, which would make it more enjoyable, and hopefully you'll be more successful with these tips. Second, as we advance, we'll talk about the skills, valuation methods, and examples. We'll talk about how to position your ideas in a pitch towards clients. We'll talk about modeling, LBO models, M&A models, and transactions. We'll touch base on several transactions and see how those went and do some case studies on those. And finally, the goal of the class is to create a mock pitch. The class will be divided up into teams. You'll create a pitch. The scenario would be you're trying to pitch a LBO to a private equity firm. We'll use all the skills that we learned during the class. We'll use the interaction between industry groups and product groups, and we will move forward from there. Anyway, I look forward to teaching the class, and I think we'll have some fun while we learn.